You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
Hey, alright. Oh, welcome to Goof On, everybody. It is Monday, October 4th, 2021. Can you believe it? It's going by so fast. I remember when it was, nope, I don't remember. But I'm glad you're here. It is Monday. That's right, it's the beginning of the work week, but this is a special work week. 'Cause you're here, alright? If you make it here, it becomes special all of a sudden. You know why. 'Cause we do things a little differently here. We tell the truth as harshly as we can without being rude. But you made it past the weekend. You're starting out your new work week, my 9 to 5ers, my 8 to 4, 7 to 3, 6 to 2ers. Anybody's working during sunlight hours, you know who you are. Thank you for spending the last part of your day here. Man, that took forever to say, didn't it? So be it. We're starting off a new week. What can I say? I see a few super chats coming in. We'll get to those in just a few seconds. But I did want to thank everybody for coming here. You know, I wanted to say something about the morning premiere. There's going to be some premieres like that where I don't know if I'm going to stop doing it. I think I may make that the main feature of the morning video. Now, I did Saturday's show. I took a segment out of there from Lou Elizondo talking to Tucker, and I made a little video this morning out of it, edited up, added the UFO video as well. But there's 2 hours here, sometimes 3. And not everybody sits through the entire show. You know, we have something special here at Goof On, and I think it's because it is a live show, but we have almost 30 minutes of watching time. Do you know what the average is on YouTube? About 3 minutes per video. So we're doing all right. But I know nobody's staying 2 hours, and I know some of you are here. But when we get up into all the replays and people watching it after the live, they just pick and choose what they want to watch because they can. They have the option. And I do it. Everybody does it. So it's okay. I'm going to go back in history and pick some of the important parts of a show and put them in a short video like I did today. Because I know some of you weren't even here a year ago, right? So I won't go back much further than a year. That's when, in June is when we got the new computer and the upgrade on the internet and everything was, well, kind of like what you see here. Yes, I'm wearing these glasses. My eyes are killing me today. It's allergies. And I think I had something go in my eye, like a hair wrapped around my eyeball or something. I couldn't get, it felt like there was a hair in my eye. I've never had this before. And now it's gone, but my eyes are a little swollen from me poking at them all day. Anyway, Mr. William Bridges with a $10 super chat kicking off the show. Ma! Get the balls, he says. Nice. Way to start off the show, by the way, with a $10 super, a continuing supporter of Goof On. Thanks, Mr. Bridges, and for this morning as well. You too, Dorothy. Appreciate that this morning with the 30-minute show. Who? What? Hey, huh? Oh? Too much information. Reesh. Hey, what are you so happy for? Oh, it's Monday. Yeah, you should be happy now. Now, I could see if you weren't happy 14 hours ago when you were heading to work or just starting. But thank you very much for that $5 support. A continuing supporter of Goof On. We'll do the box because it's that time. And then we'll do a quick roll call for about a minute. You guys caught me drinking my coffee. I can't do any voices. I had no voice yesterday. God, that hurt. Why did I do that? No voice for... I don't know how it happens, how I go from having no voice to having a voice. It's really weird. But it's been happening more often than I'd like, trying to speak. Welcome to the show, everybody. I see the $1.99 super chat from Earthly Awakenings 82. $2. That is a super sticker. Let's see what it is, shall we? Hey, Dark Hour, Space Paranormal's here. What are you doing here, huh? Thought you was working. It's a behind the scenes clicker, checker, scene block. Thank you very much. I do like that, by the way. We got a good show tonight. Super mucho gusto generoso Earthly Awakenings, $1.99. What's that? Oh yeah, that's right. You get one of these. I forgot. Egush. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, I wasn't supposed to make them specific to any denomination. So let's do this one. Mucho gusto, generoso. All right. Don't take that the wrong way. It didn't. It's a stupid video. I don't make them. I just play them. All right. Let's do. See? I don't know if hair is falling out and just landing ever so gently on my neck, eyes, ears, throat. but it's becoming an old man thing, I think. Huh? Roll call. Felicia Flores, welcome to the show. James Gilbert, welcome to the show. Alien Girl, Uno, welcome to the show. Dorothy Hawkins, how are ya? Good to see ya. Welcome to the show. Mr. Mouse, shh. Welcome to the show. Gobstopper, welcome to the show. Justin, welcome to the show. Hey, Eddie Mendoza, there you are. Welcome to the show. Sparty, welcome to the show. I bet you people say Sparty. Sparty mouth? Area 503, welcome to the show. Dark Hour Paranormal Michael Roser, welcome to the show. Lead singer of Third Phase of Moon. Gigi Abby Lynn, welcome to the show. All right. Oh, we still got more. That's right. Zach Diecast Monsu, welcome to the show. Chuck Bam, welcome to the show. Chuck P. Adventures, welcome to the show. Nathan Allen, Nathan Itzke, Nathan's Hot Dogs, welcome to the show. Felicia the Beautiful Flores, did I already say it? If I didn't, I said it again. Welcome to the show. Ian Burwell, welcome to the show. Sir Wolf 67, welcome to the show. I know the time's going quick. Bob Small M, welcome to the show. You can't stop it! Stop the launch! Ma! Spaghetti! Thank you! Now you guys know my safe word. It's spaghetti. I gotta change my safe word that I've had for 2 years. Relax. No, Siri, relax. I don't know why that made me laugh. All right, tonight we're talking about, do you feel, and I've heard this so much over the year, this has happened just recently, but it seemed like a slow transition to the point, like, I feel like I'm gonna lose the voice. I slowly transitioning from, I think it happens when you get closer to death. Don't you think, Dorothy, that you start feeling like you're not from here? It's almost as if your vibration is getting prepared to bring you back to from which you came. And from which you came feels pretty good. Can't wait to get there. Not too shy to say it. But any day, it's going to happen. And I want you to know that in case of my demise, sooner than I thought it would be when I turned 68, near 69, if I do happen to pass away, I don't know. I think I would want to pick somebody to be the owner of my tapes. And I donate all my UFO stuff to you, including the computer. That's right. Because if it happens between this show and after, any time I could go. I'm telling you, I'm feeling something pulling me to that end point. Naturally, like a heart attack or a car crash. I don't know why that's funny, because it's not natural, but you know what I mean. I'm not going to put a, to my scalp, mouth, ear, or nose. I'm talking it's just going to happen. And there won't be me anymore. Yay! It would be good. It wouldn't be bad. Nothing would change. You guys would talk about it for 30 seconds, and then life would go back to normal. You can still watch the old shows and say, he's still alive. But he's dead. See pictures of me, right? Pictures get leaked out of me. And the way I died was like this. You know, I freeze. What happened? I don't know, but that's the weirdest way to die, man. Was he sleeping when it happened? I think it was. I don't know. Was he driving? Because if he was driving, he was abducted. No, if he was driving, he'd be all banged up. No, man, he saw something. Rich saw something. It scared him. Was he sky watching? The aliens came for him. They took him back. See? And that's what I think happens. I don't think we're from here. I don't think I am. And I've been walking around my whole life saying it to myself. When I got older, I would talk privately with girlfriends and wives about it. But as I became here, I thought I'd share that with you too. Not just here, but the AZ UFO show, I used to say the same thing. I'm ready to go. Even when I was 37, I said, come on, bring it on. I know this place just doesn't feel right. There's something different. And you're going to say, well, there's a big shift that's been happening. No, it's not the shift. You know, you want to think that. And I tried. I tried to put myself, because I'm pretty good at doing that. It's called critical thinking. And I put myself in that situation. And I wondered what it would be like. Huh? No, spaghetti? It's all good. No, we're good. I'm fine. I don't need meatballs. Unbelievable. Stop it. But I know the older I get, the weirder life is becoming. And I haven't even told you the stuff that's been happening. Not going to be that guy, I said. I'll make a video someday when I get evidence. Right now, I don't have the evidence, so I'm not going to talk about it. You can guess all you want. You can beg, plead, and email me. What is it? You can tell me. I won't tell anybody. No. But only one person knows. Maybe two. Well, three. But that's it. I don't talk about it. The weirdness that is life isn't because I'm looking for it. But I am aware of it. See, there's a difference. There's a difference. And I've always been this way, and I don't know why. Oh, I do know why. Yeah, my father made me look at details on everything. Study it as quickly as you can. Know where you are. Know your surroundings. Know which way is north. Always know that. Which way the sun rises and sets. The moon, too. Same thing, but you can use either one to remember. You walk into a strange place, look at everybody as quickly as you can, but stare at them without staring. Listen to what's going on around you. When I walk into a room, I'm like Superman. I could hear all the conversations happening at one time. Not really, but really. I'm weird that way. And all the while just walking like I'm normally enjoying life like the rest of us. But there's something going on. I'm calculating every single thing. I enjoy it. I love it. When I leave the home, it's an adventure for me every single time. I do not take life for granted. I tell you that. I went grocery shopping today. I could tell you every single person I saw what they were wearing. I don't really talk about this stuff that much, but it's what I do. And I feel, because maybe I was brought up that way, maybe I feel like I know the environment. I can see everything for what it is. I'm calculating. And I think that's what makes me feel like I don't belong. But it's not just that. It's a feeling, because I've talked to many of you, and I said, and I've said it here in the show, I said, I feel like I'm in someone else's eyes. I feel like I'm not me. I'm looking through this meat sack with eyeballs, but I'm standing right over here. Yeah, it's weird. It's a detachment. And one thing that I try to piece to this is when I had that dream of the voice in my ear saying, I'll be in your head before you wake up. That's a really weird dream to have. And besides, to be honest with you, I wasn't dreaming. I was awake. And I know some people, and I may have to agree because I don't know, say that I was either had sleep paralysis or the other one. What's the other one? Lucid dreaming. Because I do lucid dream. But that week was a weird week. The blue beam off the headboard, the alien, the crop circles out front. Oh, grass. Oh, man. Maybe. Yeah. See, just like what I've talked about before, maybe we are in a sort of a matrix or alien zoo. No. Yeah. Sort of like we're in a zoo with this dome over us, maybe. It's kind of like Westworld. Holy crap, it is, right? Oh my God, it is. If anybody here has watched Westworld on HBO, what I'm telling you is exactly like it. The robots or androids, whatever, were built, and they were all given characters to play in different towns, and it was a simulation that millionaires and billionaires would pay all this money, and they would go to these false fake worlds with androids that looked exactly like people, that they were starting to see behind the veil. Their memories, they intertwined them somehow with the people who actually looked like the robots. So you have a half robot, half human type of deal going on. I think it was the brain, right? The human brain was mixed in with the AI. And the AI started to realize that it was encased inside of a human that once lived. And it's starting to see the memories and realize, holy crap, this is me. And they got pissed. And they wanted revenge. And they lived in these worlds where you paid money to act out anything you wanted. You wanted to go to the Old West? Drink and gamble and have a shootout, play the piano. You know, piano. You want to go to the brothel? That's some of these robots were brothel women. They were whores. Not a horse. Whores. Horse. Well, maybe. Maybe. I think I heard a neigh. But that's how it feels some days, man. And I have said this since I remember, now all the way to 7th grade, my ex-girlfriend Laura, and I actually said it. I said, I feel like I'm looking through somebody else's eyes tonight. Yeah, we were going to Denny's. We went to the dance at school. I can't remember what they called them. 7th or 8th grade. But my parents drove us there. I couldn't drive. And I said in the back seat, I said, I don't feel like me. Oh, that's why I love you. You're so funny. You're so different. You're so weird. I'm like, no, you don't understand. I don't feel like I'm looking at Ma! She's right in front of me. Meatballs! But we talked about that later on that night. And that was the first night I remember talking to somebody about it and them not getting it. I'm like, how do you not get it? Do you ever feel like, sometimes you wake up and it just feels like somebody else's house? The clothes just feel strange. Everything feels different. The reason I'm talking about this, I went through this weekend. Usually it only lasts like a day. But I've been going through it on and off all week. It's odd. No, it's not getting high or anything like that. As a matter of fact, I went 2 days without any. One, I slept all day, so I didn't do it. And yesterday, well, the day before. So today. And today. So Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, nothing for me. And you want to know why I didn't smoke anything? Because I'm living in this other person's eyes. And what is also weird is that I slept about 18 hours on Sunday. I slept a good 11, 12 hours straight through, and then it was out and up, But I did sleep. I couldn't wake up. I felt good when my eyes were open. And then the next thing I knew, it was 2-3 hours later. And I'm like, wait a minute, man. I was supposed to go shopping. I got all dressed up, put on my nice shirt, got the shoes to match and the hat to tip it up. Next thing I know, 5:30. I'm like, oh my God. Right? Got up, got the keys, set it up, realized that my drone batteries were dying, so I took them out, put them in the charger, wanted to refill my vape, went and sat down on the thing, took a few hits, sat back, 7:30. I never left. That whole day, I didn't even eat Sunday. All day Sunday. Today, feel fantastic. But I wonder if it's because we're not from this world. And I've spoken. Well, that one we'll have to mark down. When was it? 9:33 p.m. October 4th on a Monday. I said talking. Totally weird. I've spoken, like I said, to a lot of people out there. And over the years, even on the show, I've brought it up and said I sometimes don't feel like I'm from here. And we're not. I don't know if it's a calling back to what we really are or past life regression while I'm alive here. Is it possible this is how some of those people think that they're from a previous life and have been reincarnated, and then now they just create these alternate universes that aren't real, but they want them to be so bad? Like right now, I could make up a character for that other me. I never have done that, but what a great idea. I'd call him, I don't know, Zitch. Alien God Zitch. That's my alter ego. No. I would, I never thought about it, but I wonder if it is some past life regression stuff. Doesn't our DNA hold that in itself? The history of who you are, and we could possibly decode it, right? Isn't there a theory on decoding DNA? Yeah. What do you guys think? Do you guys feel like you're from here? No, I don't feel like it's a, come on, you're going to tell me seriously you never felt like you stepped outside of your body and had like this alternate view? No? Right, I do the same thing, Mr. Mouse. If I fall asleep in my chair, I didn't really sleep. I just closed my eyes for a minute. We are in school. Yeah, maybe. Preaching to the choir. Yeah. Cool. Good. Good, Red Storm 1. That's what I'm thinking. William Carr says, I feel that I'm part of this world. So do I. Don't get me wrong. But the older I get, the less I feel that I'm a part of this world. And I think it has to come, I think this is called getting older, getting wiser maybe. Or just that you don't see things the same way. But it isn't that. I can't. I'd be contradicting myself because I've been saying this from day one. It's not that. I've been saying this forever. I've been saying since as far back as the 7th and 8th grade that I just feel like I'm someone else. Genetic memory? Dorothy Hawkins? Genetic memory. Yeah, genetic memory. Exactly. It is genetic memory. Right? That's for you. Thank you very much. Continuing supporter of Goof On. Man. I don't know. I meditate a lot, okay? And when I meditate, within a couple minutes, I feel like I don't feel anything. I don't feel where I'm sitting. I don't feel if I do it on the floor, if I'm in bed and I'm laying down. I lose sense of what my body is touching, you know. You get that tingling effect and you just don't feel anything. You feel like you're not leaving your body. It's just the way your nerve endings meet. If you focus and you meditate, you feel like you can float away. I've been doing that, and I told that story when it first started by accident. When I was probably 7, I remember because there was a high drama when I was 7 years old. So I remember at this one time, I made believe that I was dead. Everybody left the room, right, to go do other things. And when they came back, either I was faking I was dead or I was asleep. But I always did that because they always talked in my family. And you know what I mean? Like, there's something always going on with somebody's family. So I'd always make believe, because they always say, Richie, go to your room or go outside or ba-ba-da-ba-da, because they wanted to talk. I'd be like, you go outside. It's my house too. No. But I would make believe I was laying there and I wouldn't move an inch. And I would get that feeling that parts of the couch started to, I wouldn't feel it. It's this tingling sensation that I understood at super young age. And I remember just laying there. Sometimes we would watch TV and I would lay, at 6, 7 years old, lay down and trying to stay awake late to watch Johnny Carson with the family, making believe you're falling asleep just to trick your parents, and next thing you know, you don't feel where you're at. That's like meditating. And when that happens, anything can go. But I never feel like, you see, in my brain, like if I close my eyes, it's always the same when I start. You see that background? That's what I see, something like that. I start going through stars for some reason. I leave. I don't know why that happened, how it happened during meditation, but it's the same every time. I close my eyes and I go off planet. It's true. But it's my imagination. But that's what I imagine. But I could be in a mall and watching people as I'm eating and feel like everybody out there is an illusion. And you can almost predict what people are going to do. It's very strange. It's almost like a sixth sense. It is. But I feel like it's just out of reach. The things that we can do. You know what I mean? I think Michael told me this. When we're brought here to Earth, our soul or whatever it is, our true being, for all intents and purposes, our abilities are disengaged. So sometimes people can activate them. And maybe those are the psychics or the empaths, or that's just a part of you that's coming through. But when you want to be a human and you come to this planet, or you're injected into the mold of a human, your initial powers are turned off. Maybe that's what it is. But I have talked to many of you who said, I don't feel like Earth is my home. Some people said Mars. Some people said in a totally other galaxy, in another solar system with 2 suns. I've heard that a lot. I'm like, well, you're going back all the way to Star Wars. And they're like, nope, it's not that at all. It's not that. I knew you were going to say that. I think there's just as many, or if not more, and Chuck will probably correct me on this, are there more dual sun systems than single star systems? I think there's more 2-starred systems, right? Binary? I also heard a rumor, and correct me if I'm wrong, but we also have a second sun. We just can't see it. That's the other one, right? We can't see it. Well, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's weird. It's a weird feeling. I like it. There was one time where I smoked some stuff and it's really good. It's really, really good. But it enhanced it so much that I almost felt like I was losing myself into this other reality, into this other person. Isn't that weird? And when I was in the apartment, this is back in Phoenix before I moved, I remember just sitting there and looking at everything, and I'm like, I don't recognize any of this stuff. But I know it's mine. So I'm just high, right? I'm just high. And the feeling would come and go, and I'm like, I'm freaking out, man. But it enhanced that normal feeling I'd have where if I wasn't high, I was like, oh my God. I felt like I was going to lose my memory. That's the same as dying. To me, I believe. Yeah, these glasses just, they're all wrong. But I think it's like dying. To be honest. Not much different. Oh, my glasses aren't in here. Damn it. I'll wear these for now. They're dirty. Hey! Wow! Are these, where did I get these? These looked better. I don't remember buying these, but I guess I did. These are nifty, man. Yeah, I don't need the headset on. Ow! All right, there we go. I feel like Liz Taylor. You know what Liz Taylor's blood type is? Ragu. It's a Joan Rivers joke. Liz Taylor's blood type is Ragu. Anyway, I know I'm going to be beating a dead horse here, so I'm not going to say much more, but it is weird. It feels like... Do you ride a mountain bike, Rich? No, I do not. But I want to. There are no mountains out here in Florida. But why do you ask that? I used to ride bikes. Joan Rivers was the man. Anyway, what if I was meant for something else and I'm off the path or on the path? What if I'm on the right path? See, that's what I don't like. Oh, you're seeing 111. You know how they make these all correlations? If you're seeing 111 or 333, you're on the right path. Yeah, how come it never seems that way? It always seems like I'm on the wrong path. Don't you think if there was a warning sign, like all of a sudden numbers just start appearing everywhere, that would mean you're on the wrong path. Why would I need a warning if I'm on the right path? Just a reminder. Well, you don't need to remind me. I didn't even know I was doing anything to get on a path and to begin with. See, that's why I never liked that. Never liked that analogy. That means you're on the right path, man. All right, now you made me aware of it. So now I'm going to worry about getting off the path. A path I didn't even know I was on. Where'd you guys go? Oh, there you are. These glasses are weird. They don't help keep the bright lights at all. It stinks, actually. Still hurts. They've got to be polarized. I feel like Liz Taylor's. I'm wearing Liz Taylor's glasses. Elton John, for that matter. I remember when Rich was young. I remember. All right, hold on. Let me play something for you then. Let's do this. Rockin'. Oh, yeah, you know what I want to do for you, too? Chris Lehto did a really good rebuttal towards skeptic Thunderfoot. Are you guys familiar with Thunderfoot? Me neither. Never knew there was a guy who had a channel named Thunderfoot with 1 million subscribers. But Chris Leto, that was really weird. See? Chris Leto, he's the one who debunks Mick West. Anyway, I think it'll be good to play it. Oh, these glasses are terrible. I've got to take them off. Whew. Man. I don't know what else to say about the not feeling like you belong. Because what are we then? If that's the case, what are we? We're just human, right? We're just humans. It's that simple, because that's all it is. The simplest answer. The simplest. Now we've got the lights on. The simplest explanation is the right answer. Isn't that how it goes? So then you want to, then you want to talk about God and all that, and who made us. If that's the case, where do we come from? Can we say we're from evolution? Yeah. Is there proof that do you believe that we came from apes? Anybody here believe that? Because there is a missing link in there. We just look totally different. Similar. I know there's only 3 percentage points between DNAs from chimpanzees to humans. 3%. The 3%, 1% for our brain, 1% for our hormones, right? Because we're not that hairy. And 1% brain, hair, or hormones. And what else? Physical nature. Because chimpanzees are what? 5 to 8 times stronger than we are? So, I don't feel like I want to go up a tree, but I climbed trees as a kid and loved it. Loved it. Swinging from the branches. Is that from my ancestors? Or did it just come naturally to me? Hell, me and my friend Mike, we were really good on those trees, man. You would think we were little chimpanzees at 8, 10 years old. We used to play a game. We got so good at staying up in the trees and jumping from tree to tree that if you fell, you died in the lava below. You ever play the lava game? Yeah. So I don't understand why we can't say we're not from chimpanzees if there's only 3% difference. So that 3% is alien? That's where they came in and changed us? I want to know why we have this missing link. We still can't find it, right? Is that true? We people still see Bigfoot. That hasn't changed. But as we grow, I mean, there is so much earth out there. I could see why we haven't found Bigfoot to the point of capturing it, killing it or getting decent photos of it. But is that the missing link? It has all this hair, and it seems pretty smart. But not as smart as humans? Well, we can't catch the darn thing. I think they've been living in our forests and caves and underground forever. I don't think they have the know-how to build anything. These Bigfoot don't look like they have hands that are made for making gadgets or stripping wire, or, you know what I mean? Putting a nail into place and, trying to hammer it in. I mean, that would be hilarious. They would have to have machines to build the tools, and they're not. They're just living they're on the earth. But how can we not have captured one? I don't know. They're not. They must be smarter. All right. Yeah, I know. Oh, hey, thank you, Black Lotus Productions. Oh, you're sick, dude? Sorry. Have a good night. Take this small gush for the cause. I will. Thank you, Black Lotus, Damien. Hope you feel better. Black Lotus Productions sneaking in a 5 spot. Hope you feel better, man. You gotta get the classic. Classic box. Thank you very much. Grazie, mucho gusto, generoso. Alright, what are you guys saying in there? What are you guys saying in there, huh? My dad and mom tell me God made us from the dirt. True. We all come from stardust. Capiche? Everything is made from all the same material, is it not? Complaziert. Climbing trees, planting trees, peeing on trees, smoking trees. Trees mean everything. Trees and music. Musical trees. Maybe humans were first and apes evolved from humans. You just blew my mind. Can you believe this one? Coming up with a question like that? How dare you? That's a good one. Not true. But it is interesting. Hey, they are always lying to us. Archaeologists, geologists, all those ologist guys are lying. Why? They don't even want to change history books or anything that has to do with something new. A new discovery. No, can't change the books. I made that discovery back in 74. Well, that's no longer valid, Johnson. Change the books. Change. How dare you? They don't want to change the history that's coming out of Egypt. All the new findings and stuff. Good. Did anyone see GREER tonight on Uman TV? It's always nice. It's always nice to bring up the other shows there while we're here. So, why would we talk about that? If you know what I mean. It just doesn't make sense. Why you would bring something else up. Hey, has anybody gone over to ABC tonight? Right now, if you go there, you can see that they're talking about a special 50% off on cameras. And GREER was there. That's funny you bring up GREER, because I have a GREER clip I was going to play. That is called a coincidence, my friend. That is called, where is it, by the way? All right, let's get rid of this. Let's bring up this. I got to show this to you. It's wild you brought that up.
Papers, Iran-Contra, the Silkwood case, and many others, is now working with Luis Elizondo. And so a lot of people...
This wasn't from Uman TV. This was from back in May. But it's very interesting what GREER says here. I don't know why I didn't see this. But I want you to hear this. We'll play it for a few minutes.
People are very confused on what's going on, since, of course, everyone on this call probably knows Luis Elizondo is a professional disinformation agent putting out false intelligence about the UFO matter in through the mainstream media. The reason Mr. Sheehan is doing this, we've had a long discussion about it going back 2 or 3 weeks, is that Luis Elizondo approached him to help him with his legal case because the Pentagon was about to pull his security clearances. And it wasn't because he was doing things with TTSA, that they wanted him to do that. It was because he had resigned from TTSA, fallen out with the people that were the hardliners wanting him to present that there was an alien threat or a threat to the national security. And he has told 2 people on my team, including attorney Daniel Sheehan, that he knows, and the other people like Chris Mellon know, that there is no such thing as an alien threat, that there is not a threat to the national security, but that's the only way they can get this in front of the American people to get more overt funding for the Space Force and eventually a conflict with these extraterrestrial civilizations. He has flat out said he knows that everything he's been saying about this being a threat is untrue. Now, Daniel Sheehan has also shared, and this is even more explosive, that Luis Elizondo has informed him that he, in fact, has been in a facility where an actual extraterrestrial vehicle was stored. Now, why is that important? Because he's all over the news, 60 Minutes, every mainstream news channel, along with his other cohorts in the cover-up, such as Leslie Keene, Nick Pope, Chris Mellon, and others, saying that we don't know what these are. Now, interestingly, he absolutely knows that some of these craft are in fact of extraterrestrial origin. He must also then know that some of them are ours. For example, the recent Jeremy Corbell interview on Fox News, where they were showing these triangles swarming, menacing our Navy ships. Every one of those pyramid triangular shaped objects with the flashing light on them are from either Northrop Grumman or Boeing or the Lockheed, most likely Northrop Grumman. Those are man-made UFOs. They're anti-gravity vehicles. Everyone in the aerospace industry at any level of clearance knows this. So this is a big problem. So I told Mr. Sheehan, I said, look, you have to be very careful. If you're going to work with this gentleman, you have to understand that he is a master of disinformation. I am quoting from a senior CIA official who wrote me about this when they first emerged after Unacknowledged came out in 2017. And of course, Daniel Sheehan knows this. He told me point blank, yes, we know this. The main reason he's working with him is to represent him and to get him to come clean. So it's a very interesting strategy. What Daniel Sheehan is trying to do.
Beard trimmed, yes, Saturday. Thank you, Carrie, for noticing. This is interesting what GREER has said. Just thought I'd play it for you. Back in May, June, July, August, September, October, 5 months ago. It was before the June 25th 9-page preliminary book report came out. But GREER wanted to have that debate with Elizondo, Sheehan, Dolan, and any Corbell, Knapp, Pope, they all turned it down. And some of them turned it down with vigor. But Sheehan saw? Is that what he said? Listen.
And so a lot of people are very confused on what's going on, since, of course, everyone on this call probably knows Luis Elizondo is a professional disinformation agent putting out false intelligence about the UFO matter in through the mainstream media. The reason Danny Mr. Sheehan is doing this, we've had a long discussion about it going back 2 or 3 weeks, is that Luis Elizondo approached him to help him with his legal case because the Pentagon was about to pull his security clearances. And it wasn't because he was doing things with TTSA, that they wanted him to do that. It was because he had resigned from TTSA, fallen out with the people that were the hardliners wanting him to present that there was an alien threat or a threat to the national security. And he has told 2 people on my team, including attorney Daniel Sheehan, that he knows, and the other people like Chris Mellon know, that there is no such thing as an alien threat, that there is not a threat to the national security, but that's the only way they can get this in front of the American people to get more overt funding for the Space Force and eventually a conflict with these extraterrestrial civilizations.
Wow. Lou was told to say that they're a threat. And he did. Originally, he did. Then he backed up on it and said they may be a threat. He did say they were a threat. That's why I went all balls out on it. Because we played the clips of him saying, these are a threat. We don't know what they are. And then he changed it later on. They may be a threat. Because there was such a backlash for him saying that. But that's what TTSA wanted him to say. See, that's the reason why Lou isn't there. He knows that aliens aren't a threat. Even Greer said, well, it's always insiders that know shit. 2 insiders told me, come on, man. When is anybody going to tell you something? That's what I want to know. Insiders, people close to, in the know, working with. But never, the source never comes to you. Never goes right to Dolan, right? Never goes to Pope. Oh, nobody goes to Pope. Only Fox goes to Pope, Nick Pope. But it's interesting. And then when Lou left, he changed another part of that story. He used to say, we know it's not China or Russia. And now he's saying, well, we've got to keep a little window open just in case. He had to. See, this is the problem when you talk too much. You're going to make mistakes. The real you will start to show itself in pieces. Yeah. But insiders told Greer, Sheehan, that Lou said that the aliens aren't a threat. He knows they're not a threat. And that he's a disinfo agent. My point has always been this, and I stand by it until I see something. Where's Lou's body of work? Where is his body of work? Well, he worked at ATIP, right? Can I see some of those documents? Things he worked on, files? Well, it's all classified. Of course it is. He can't just take them home, Rich. It's got to be left at the office. Okay. He's not public like you, Rich. You could show anybody anything anytime you want, but not Lou. Lou works for the government. He took an oath. He's got to abide by that oath till the day he dies. He's a lifer. Yeah, he sure is, isn't he? Sure is. What do we got? Let's get rid of that. All right, now let's move on to Chris Leto. This is a good learning video. I watched the whole thing. And if I skip around, it kind of takes away from what he's explaining. So I'm going to just play one segment. I think that that's all you need to watch. I don't know. I'll do my best, but let's go right here. See what he's doing. He analyzed the Go Fast video. The one that the guy goes, whoa, got it. And when he did his debunk on or analysis on, I shouldn't call it a debunk, because he thinks he doesn't know what the object is. He doesn't think it's a bird. He doesn't think and doesn't know if it's a weather balloon, because it shows the object is cold and it doesn't show any exhaust behind it. But I'm going to play the video. He did a debunk on it, on what Mick West did. And in his mind, he was proving that Mick West and this guy Thunderfoot were wrong. And then they picked on Chris and told him that he's wrong because well, you'll see. They said he got everything wrong. In my opinion, he got everything right. And then he does it over again and proves to himself that he was right the whole time. In the way this object was shot with the camera, the way it's focusing. See, a lot of people don't understand. They think that something can be in focus that's close and far away. It can be in the general field of view, as Chris will show us, and the closer object, if you're focused on the object way out there, the closer object is a little bit fuzzy. And you can still tell what it is, but it's not focused. It's just in the field of view. And this was the main thing that they were talking about, and I can't believe they were talking about this. But I know when I talk to a lot of people who show me dots, and there's a star way out there, but they're out of focus so much that it looks like the moon, but 6 times bigger. And they're like, look, you can see the object. I'm like, you're not even in focus. That's not what the object looks like. But do you see the swirling? And I said, man, I don't know. But that's not how it works. That's not a focus. You can't make a star that much bigger. Yeah, but what about all the waviness in it? Anyway, it's weird that people don't get it.
How do they actually lock this thing? So I think they don't have any radar or any other sensor on the object, okay? Because it says slave right here, meaning that the pod should be slaved along the radar line of sight. So wherever the radar is tracking this thing, the pod should be following along. So if they had a radar track on it, then this would already be slaved, because I know they're in a slave setup, okay? So I believe they're trying to get a manual lock on this thing. The Wizzo's in the back. I believe they can see the object, or maybe he can see it in wide field of view and he narrows in, right? Because he's zoomed in maximum here, narrow, zoom 1. That's optically zoomed to the max. So I believe they see it visually, or have some general idea where it is. I believe they see it visually out the window. And he's able to throw his little container, his square, out in front and now wait for the object to enter the field of view and then try and lock it, okay? What's key here is the waves are now in relative focus. Do you see that? So the waves are in focus as he's sitting there. I can tell that those, small waves, there's no white caps, nothing's breaking. This is still in IR, but you can get definite detail. And I think that this is in relative focus, okay? But you'll notice as this enters the field, we can still see this is slightly out of focus, but I can tell it is circular in nature. Okay, it is circular in nature. As it goes through, he tries to get a lock, can't get it, moves it out in front, again, in focus. There it is. I can see it's clearly a ball-shaped. Boom, and now we get a lock, okay? And you can clearly see it is in focus. And here you can see that the water is slightly out of focus, but I can still tell very clearly that it's waves, right? I can tell that's a wave, you know, I can see individual waves. I can still make out detail, okay? Meaning that the water is still in the same depth of field as the subject. And I've been asking people, all of the people that come and just call me a moron on my website and complain about that video, okay? I asked them, explain this to me. This is the same relative system, okay? It's lightning, but very similar. Now here I can tell, okay? 6.2 miles. Mick West and Thunder Chicken are saying it's out at 4 nautical miles, so even closer, okay? So this is actually more conservative, leaning towards their argument. So now I can see clearly, this is an F-16. I can break out detail here. I can see, you know, I can see some air coming over the wings here. I can see a tank. I can see heat leaving the engine, okay? This is at 6 nautical miles. I can clearly see this, okay? Clearly see heat, but I cannot tell what this is, okay? And this is in Tucson. I can tell watching the video where it's made. And these are valleys, okay? This is like a little mountain, little hill mountain, okay? But you can't make out anything. You can't make out anything. So this is depth of field. So depth of field is how far in front of.
Yep. I have to pause it for a second. Man, I was just listening to it and got lost watching it. But this is very important, what he's going to talk about. And I want a lot of you who record stuff in the sky to watch this, because I don't know what kind of camera you're using. But if you're using an iPhone or a cell phone, all this is moot. That's why I hate phones for cameras to be used as your main source of sky watching. It shouldn't even be used unless it's the only thing you have and you're being caught in the middle of nowhere and you see a light. That's it. But if you're calling yourself a professional sky watcher, do not use your phone as your main source for observing the sky, please. And always have one main camera going. And if you have a night vision camera, get one of those. But this part here is extremely important. I know it's simple, but all these people, a lot of debunkers out there, get it wrong.
The subject and past the subject, can you see? And as we get to a shallower depth of field, now you can see less behind, okay? And the same in front. Okay, so this what I learned about depth of field, okay, is you can see past quite a bit further, okay? So you can extend out to infinity, actually, if you focus at the hyperfocal point. So this is depth of field, everybody. This is what I should have been saying in the video, okay, that based on how far away your subject is, many other different factors, okay, how far in front of the subject and behind the subject, you will actually be able to have things in focus, okay? So this is what we see here. As we get to a shallower depth of field, okay, we're not going to be able to make out background environment, or it'll be more blurry, okay? What I did learn, interesting thing about depth of field is, yes, you can make the background in relative focus. If you focus at the hyperfocal distance, okay, you can actually make the background in focus, beyond which all objects can be brought into an acceptable focus. As the hyperfocal distance is the focus distance giving the maximum depth of field, it is the most desirable distance set to the focus of a fixed focus camera. The hyperfocus distance is entirely dependent upon what level of sharpness is considered to be acceptable.
That's right. That doesn't mean it's sharply in focus. It means you can see it and still tell what it is. That's what that means. Hyperfocal distance. And he goes on to explain it. And right here,
you have to actually change your focus to focus onto the windshield. First thing, biggest way it's automatically
Oh yeah, that was a
debunked
good point.
on what level of sharpness is considered to be acceptable. So this is a hyperfocal distance, okay? It's basically denoted here on this Minox camera with a hyperfocal red dot, okay? And then you go to infinity, okay? So if you want to focus out to infinity, you can do that on your cameras, just going to manual focus out to infinity, and now that'll align all of the lines coming in. But there's going to be a point, okay? There's, without a doubt, you cannot focus on all points at the same time, no matter what Thunder Chicken says, okay? You can't focus perfectly on all points at the same time. There's always going to be a range, okay? So if you're focused out at infinity, as you get closer to the camera, there is a point where it will be blurry, and it'll just keep getting blurrier, 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 okay? The same thing works if you look out at windshield. If there's bugs on the windshield, you're able to look through the windshield and see outside, right? You don't just drive looking at bugs all the time. You have to actually change your focus to focus onto the windshield. First thing, biggest way it's automatically debunked, okay, is the camera. It's a camera, okay? It's in the infrared spectrum, but it still has a focal length.
Oh boy, 17 years of working with targeting pods, and he's still not worked out which end of the camera you look through.
All right, so I'm going to change the focus point of my camera. Can I see the target? No, I can't see the target. Now I can see the target. I can't see the paper.
Oh wow, I'm so glad I had this guy to explain it to me. That because an object at 2 meters away and 4 meters away can't be in focus at the same time, that means that if you had, say, an object that was 20 meters away and 2 kilometers away, then there's no way that those two objects could be in focus at the same time.
That's not what I said, right? That's not what I said. So those objects can be in focus at the same time, okay? If we focus that hyperfocal distance at this guy. So if you set the hyperfocal distance of the camera happens to be where this guy is, or we move our feet, okay, to match based on our lens system where the hyperfocal distance is, then this guy would actually be in focus versus what I consider slightly out of focus. He would be in focus, and the background would be approximated to infinity. So it basically, you can do that if you're at your hyperfocal distance. You may have wondered, how do pros make those wonderful landscapes where everything seems to be in focus? Well, it's not.
All right. Now, he beats a dead horse a little bit here. But pretty interesting. But get this a lot, especially when y'all are sky watching. Sending in those dots. When we saw Jeremy Corbell's video, that camera was probably set on infinity, just with the zoom, but it was slightly out of focus. That's why there was bokeh. But everything in that video, well, that's a night vision anyway, but still, everything in that video was the same shape. Because of bokeh. Well, it's different. It's not the same type of camera, but it works the same way. But you can set it on infinity, and have a hyperfocal point, but not everything will be sharp and in focus. And I love it when you guys send me dots and you're telling me it's in focus, and I'm like, when I'm watching the video, I see that thing get really small down to a point, just like a star would, and then you make it really big. It's out of focus. How do you not know that? And then when they think they're in focus, they're not. It's just creating the illusion they want to show you, or the illusion they want to see. That's why I don't like dots. That's why I don't like anything that looks like a satellite. Could be an airplane. It could be anything. That's why they're awful videos. Now, if you have a dot that, started zigzagging or got bigger because it came closer and then went away and got smaller, that's a different type of dot. That's a dot that's giving you range, man. It's, yeah, here we go. Here's some UFO videos. Anyway, that was just a little something I wanted to show you. Only because nobody ever talks about it that much. And that's one of the biggest problems in ufology. Sky watchers, I'm sorry, UFO hunters, let's just go there. UFO hunters, not ufology. UFO hunters, my bad. Anybody who's hunting for UFOs and you think you have a UFO on video and it's a dot, I don't care how beautiful it looks, it'll never pass inspection. Not because of the focal point and all this stuff, but it's just a dot, and dots cannot be broken down. It doesn't matter what shade you put them in, doesn't matter what they look like, what kind of filter, what kind of contrast. It's a dot. Dots just don't change their shape. Just like a leopard never loses its stripes. Huh? A lizard? No, a leopard. It's a leopard, right? All right, so I want to do something a little bit different now. I feel it. Do you guys... I feel something's happening. Oh, no. No. Ah! Whoa! Wow. Well, we're at the next... well, how come that didn't go off before? We're at the next subject. Oh, it's a different topic altogether. Okay. Rogue waves. Huh? You ever hear of those? What creates a rogue wave? Rogue waves were thought to be something of a myth. But the more traffic that's out there, myth has turned into reality. And there's a lot of rogue waves out there. And the ocean's pretty big, but instead of just like one rogue wave at a time, there's, at any given time, I think they said 30 of these going on. Like eventually, you will get hit with one if you're traveling on the oceans, the high seas. It's pretty scary. They get very, very big. Well, I have a video here. I always loved rogue wave videos, and I want to play one for you. So, something a little different. That's what Mondays are for. Eggush.
Freak out some people, but the water should scare you the most. Out in the sea, gigantic rogue waves form and give sailors nightmares just thinking about them. They can easily reach the height of several stories, making them the deadliest part of the sea. From watching multiple waves hit your cabin window to wedding crashers, here are 10 rogue waves you wouldn't believe if not filmed. Luckily, you're safe from these waves as long as you're far from the coast, so don't worry about one rolling your way while watching this video. Number 10. Accident at Mavericks. With the biggest surf competition happening at Mavericks Beach, California, it makes sense lots of people will attend. Unfortunately, the crowd got a little more than what they expected on a February morning in 2010. The tides grew large that day, and some waves were big enough to crash into spectators who thought they stood in a safe area. Even the stage and sound equipment got hit hard. The 50-foot waves injured 13 people while knocking down around 40 people. The only serious injuries were a broken leg, a broken ankle, and few others who needed to go to the hospital. Before we move on, like this video, smash the subscribe button, and wave. Surfer Nathan Florence made headlines all over the scene after tackling an error. It doesn't often happen because they're unpredictable and really only happen in the deeper waters. However, a California man seized the opportunity to film a gigantic wave in 2005. Uploaded by user Ajiazium, he captures a rogue wave forming near the Piedras Blancas lighthouse. According to him, nobody he knew had ever seen a wave like this one. He claims that the wave was about 70 to 100 feet high, though it's hard to tell with something so far away from the camera. Still, the scale of the wave in the clip makes the estimate a likely possibility. He fortunately caught it in time because it quickly broke and disappeared. If it of two people in love making a lifelong commitment to each other, it's considered rude to intrude on this special occasion. But Mother Nature doesn't really care what we think. The couple held the ceremony at Laguna Beach, California, overlooking the beautiful ocean. They stood upon a rock hanging over the water for the perfect photo shoot. But standing on rocks at the beach has been known to cause accidents. Out of nowhere, a rogue wave crashed into the happy couple, sweeping them off the rock. A person filming the incident captured the moment it took them down as he stood from a lookout point near it. Biggest wave ever ridden. Currently, traveling out to sea comes with many concerns. And for me,
I don't know. Not that good a video. Not that good. I didn't like it. All right, so let's go into something else then, right? Whoa, 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 wait, oh! Whoa! Oh, man, all right. So we're away from the rogue waves. Let's get into some of the best UFO sightings in 2021 of September.
Going through COVID, and it was not good. So I'm back now.
Here we go. This one happened in the sky, of all places, right? Forget about it.
Unfortunately, the quality
That's
is
it?
not really good, but
What's
if you
going
check
on?
the photo of the video, photo of the UFO. It looks like some kind of disc-shaped spinning UFO.
Oh, I've got something like that on video.
Okay, let's go to the next one.
Oh,
This
yeah,
was
we already
filmed
talked about this one here. What's
Real
next?
deal.
Oh, yeah, I don't like that one. I think, yeah, that's just a July 4th thing, right? This one was fake. Wow, there's nothing good here. That's a balloon if I've ever seen one. Isn't that a balloon? Come on.
Let's go behind those clouds.
Good job, balloon man. Are you kidding me right now with this? Oh my God. I can't. Oh my God, this is the worst. It's not a humanoid, it's a balloonoid. Oh man. This is awful. It's the letter Q.
What is that thing?
Zoom in, maybe we could see it, jerky. Zoom in there, Pops.
What the hell is that thing?
Nothing. Something that low in the sky? You mean to tell me you can't zoom in a little bit? That's it. It's nothing. All balloons. Balloon, balloon, balloon. I can't do this anymore. Ma. All right. Let's get into some good stuff here now. Uh-oh. Whoa. 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 Now we're doing some Twitter. We're doing some Twitter. Isn't that what we're doing? Can we turn that off at least? There we go. There we go. What's this? Aussie Tiger Third Phaser Rock Fam with a $2.99 super sticker. How did I miss that? I was looking away. Thank you, Aussie Tiger Third Phaser Rock Fam with $3 super sticker. Grazie, mucho gusto, generoso. You, sir, are very, very kind and generous. Yeah. Yep. You get one of these. Gush. Nah, we'll go there. Gush. There it comes. Dad of the sky. It's a super sticker. I can't get to it, but thank you very much. Mucho gusto, generoso. Aussie Tiger, Third Phaser Rock Fam. Appreciate that. At Gush. Gorilla Gamer sent a super chat too. Let me see who else I missed. Like at the end of every show, I'm gonna start looking back on these before we go. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so Aussie Tiger gave the thumbs up, and the Gorilla Gamer with the $3 super chat. It's called being a star seed. You've heard of that. Yep. I saw your comment earlier while I was talking, not wanting to get into the star seed thing, because I just wasn't ready to. That's the only reason. The star seed, everybody knows what that is. There you go, the Gorilla Gamer. Star seed. Let's see something here. Because that goes back to what I was talking about earlier on how we don't feel like we belong here. Some people tell me, I tell you, I just feel like I'm looking through the eyes of something else, someone else. It doesn't feel like me. I feel like I've abducted this body for a very long time, and now I want out of it. Maybe that's why these bodies are made to decay after 20 years. Because men hit their peak at what, 18 to 20? After that, it's all downhill. I noticed right at 40 is when I started getting injuries. Right at 40. I buffered myself for a lot of years, but once the buffer went away, the injuries came in. And a lot of people are in the same boat at 40. Once you hit 50, then it goes for your internal organs. That's how I feel. So 40, you start feeling your aches and pains. 50, you start getting aches and pains on the inside. I can't imagine what 60 is going to bring for me. But I see what my dad's going through. I see what my mom deals with. It sucks. We're not made to be in these bodies, man. That's why they didn't live that long a long time ago. What'd they live? The average life was like 35, 40 years old. After that, it's all downhill. It's survival of the fittest. Children of the stars, species of multiverse. Let's look at this. Let's check this out. Let's go to TED Talks, because, I could play those. TED Talks allows you to play their videos as long as you're cool about it, I don't know why, but they're a good place to get information. So let's pull that up. This is Marta Faraz, or Faraz.
And cross the boundaries of Earth's atmosphere. Yuri Gagarin was the first human to accomplish such an intrepid feat, completing an Earth orbit aboard the Vostok 1 spacecraft. Once again, human biology was confronted with extreme environmental conditions. This time, in a relatively distinct setting from Earth, thus far only a byproduct of human abstractions. Space environments are considered extreme environments for humans. They demand complex processes of human physiological and psychological adaptation. Stressors such as altered gravity or altered pressure, or even ionizing radiation, and even changes in day and night cycles demand complex human biological adaptation.
Right. True. If you go to another planet, our biological clock is set for Earth. I don't feel it's set for Earth. I feel my biological clock is set for Mars. Gorilla Gamer says, ugh, this just sounds like a stone diatribe. Can't can't find something that's going to please everybody as quickly as 2 seconds. I'm just playing what I know I can play. And so far I haven't heard anything yet that talked about Star. I mean, we're already 3 minutes in, and she hasn't even broken ground yet. And this is only a 17-minute video. Let's go over here. Let's go to the end and see what's going on here. I like what I see here.
Proper and safe biological adaptation to occur. How is this achieved? Biosynthetic robotic systems that disrupt stable homeostatic states in humans. This is creating significant disruptions in the human body physiological states via environmental pressure. Here is a conceptual example. It is termed automated bioplacentas or biospheres. This concept has bionics as a foundation. I inspire myself in biological placentas, whose function is to support a fetus inside a mother's womb, supporting beyond other functions for gas exchange, thermoregulation, and waste elimination. In a similar fashion, biospheres allow for exchange on chemical elements between or present in the cosmic body's atmosphere and the biological or biosphere where humans reside. This is the space habitat via an artificial plasmatic membrane, as you can see in this picture in red, allowing, for example, for changes in thermoregulation, where temperatures inside the biosphere may vary by more than 30 centigrades. We know that when temperature varies by more than 30 centigrades, living organisms struggle to maintain homeostasis.
Or not in employment, or not trained. We all
Does anybody speak with a regular accent? Okay, wow. Find out how many lives you've had based on your birthday. All right, well, I'll have to do another show on starseeds. All right. Twitter. Space aliens shrank my willy. Huh? Are you serious? What's the tweet say? Oh, this is freaking funny. Yet I can't read it. That's how it happened. Okay. That is another story for another day. The guy's name is Gavin. Jesus. Okay. This is interesting. The air traffic controllers from RAF Bentwaters on the notorious Rendlesham Forest case that took place in December of 1980. These are the air traffic controllers. This is a 2-minute video. Check this out.
Robert Hastings located and interviewed the 2 retired Air Force air traffic controllers who had been on duty at the Bentwaters Tower that week. Ike Barker and Jim Carey divulged for the first time they had actually tracked a bona fide UFO on radar the night that Colonel Halt was in the woods.
I was just sitting there and I happened to see a dot come on the scope and it just went...
Wait, what did he just say? A dot. This isn't no ordinary dot, though, right? This is a special dot.
Like one dot at the beginning, then another dot, and it was gone. So the scope is 120 miles across. It was just phenomenal to me to see it go that fast.
So RAF Bentwaters was not a gag for the Americans. Here we have them talking about it, the radar controller.
All of a sudden, here it come back across again. It went 1, 2, and then it made an immediate right-hand turn and came right towards the base.
Wow.
You know, I just said, that can't be one of ours. No jet at that speed can make an immediate right-hand turn. Just absolutely phenomenal.
That's unbelievable to me. When was this thing? I know, when was this put out, this video? I don't know when it's from. Oh, there's Colonel Holt.
My name is Charles I. Holt. I'm a retired Air Force colonel. What happened to me? I had a very unusual experience in December 1980 at RAF Bentwaters, which is in East Suffolk, England. We had an incident that took place over 3 nights. The first night, our security police thought they saw a downed aircraft off the base. They responded and confronted a strange craft.
Then he went there the next night. They said it's back, and he was at a Christmas party. So he gets in a Jeep and leaves the party with a couple of his soldiers, and he brought a handheld recorder with him and recorded what he saw. And that's the famous recording that we all heard. There's a beam coming out of it. It's coming our way. This is weird. Pretty cool stuff. I believe Rendlesham really happened. Here's Area 503 Manny! Never accept UFO footage that was shot on a potato phone. If the iPhone can get this sort of definition from space, we should be seeing way better UFO footage from the ground. Where is it? This is it? This is the UFO? Oh, they're taking a picture of Earth with the iPhone. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Amazing that an iPhone can take a shot like this. I really love the nose cone in the picture, says Jared Isaacman. This guy says, here's a video I shot the other day on the iPhone 12 Pro Max. This was clearly a balloon with my eyes. Yes, but on video, it looks like something else, doesn't it? Isn't that amazing? I tell you, my camera does better than that iPhone. No, man, that's not a balloon. You're saying that because you're part of the Illuminati. You're part of the secret government, man. All right, next. All right, this comes from Alien Scientist. Jeremy Wright. Is it It's Riss. And how many high-level U.S. politicians or intelligence professionals were exposed by this recent leak? Oh. Something about this tells me this isn't where the real financial power players are hiding their money or their influence. Pandora Papers look like another U.S. intel leak hack and dump, complete with Luke Harding listed on The Guardian reporting them. Ah, boy. The Russian president, Vladimir Putin, whom the U.S. suspects of having a secret fortune, does not appear in the files by name, but numerous close associates do, including his best friend from childhood, the late Peter Kolbin, whom critics have called a wallet for Putin's own wealth, and a woman the Russian leader was allegedly once romantically involved with. None responded to invitations to comment. Yeah. Pandora Papers, biggest ever leak of offshore data exposes financial secrets, rich and powerful. Okay, I thought that had to do with everything we were talking about. It clearly doesn't. Next, this comes from Scott Brown. Mysterious object near Lockheed Martin faculty spurs Twitter frenzy. Yep, we know about this. We talked about it already.
What the fuck is that?
Hey, mind your P's and Q's. UFO of interest debunked another UFO sighting, a MUFON case number 95523. UFO.com, UFOstalker.com/sighting -95523. UFO close to ISS? Those images are shared by several hoax promoters without giving a solid explanation. That object was a debris shield bag lost during ISS spacewalk on March 30th, 2017. Yeah, that definitely is what he said. Yeah, you see, that is so obvious to me that that is not a UFO. It's like, why would that even be put up on... Well, people will try anything. That's the point. Give a man too much power, and he will find a way to abuse it. It's just human nature. Look up the Milgram experiment. People ask, how is it possible that police officer or military men throughout history could commit such horrible atrocities? Yeah. And another one from Alien Scientist? Oh, this is a good one, though. Is this a piece of UFO metal? No. Is this how UFOs physically bend the fabric of space and time? I love this. Micron layered bismuth and magnesium / zinc from bottom of wedge shaped UFO in late 1940s near White Sands Proving Ground, New Mexico. Image by Linda Moulton, Howdy Doody, Fresh and Fruity, 1999. You know, let me ask you this question, and I want to ask Linda Moulton, Howdy Doody this one. If a piece fell off my car, can I still drive it? Yes. If my space vehicle lost a piece of it, can I still fly in space safely? Maybe. Maybe not. It depends if there is a gravity bubble used around the ship. Then it can go anywhere it wants and have a piece chip off of it. But without that space bubble, that gravity bubble around the UFO, and there's a hole in it, I mean, that's not really big, it's small. But nonetheless, you can't have a hole in your ship. Or can you? I don't know. Here we go. Advanced Space Propulsion Based on Vacuum, Spacetime Metric Engineering by Harold Puthoff. A theme that has come to the fore in advanced planning for a long-range space exploration is the concept that empty space itself, the quantum vacuum or spacetime metric, might be engineered so as to provide energy thrust for future space vehicles. Although far-reaching, such a proposal is solidly grounded in modern physical theory, and therefore the possibility that matter/vacuum interactions might be engineered for spaceflight applications is not a priori ruled out. As examples, the current development of theoretical physics addressed such topics as warp drives, traversable wormholes, and time machines that provide for such vacuum engineering possibilities. We provide here from a broad perspective the physics and correlates/consequences of the engineering of the space-time metric. I thought you guys were seeing what I was seeing. I guess not. I just read all that. Here you have wavy, alternating layers and pure bismuth, white lines in EOS of black bilayers, 1 to 4 microns, and NiG/zinc, gray shades in layers 100 to 200 microns. Photo 1996. Okay, these are all the layers, and then these white layers here, EOS, and then the black bilayers. Is that EDS or EOS? I have no idea, just being honest. Metamaterial. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Never mind. It was metapropulsion. You have to have metamaterial to engage in metapropulsion. That's where I almost went wrong. Anyway, interesting. A lot of interesting stuff. So let's go back. Tonight, we talked about a few different things. Right? We talked about a few different things tonight. We talked about how in the beginning, the first 45 minutes of the show, 45 minutes, how I was talking about how I've spoken to many people, including you out there, about how we don't feel like we're from here, planet Earth. And that feeling seems to get stronger the older I get. And sometimes the experience of that, looking through my eyes as if I was somebody else, is getting stronger as well. I've spoken to a few of you out there. You're going through the same thing. So what that means to me is something is happening. Now, I don't think it's the grand shift or the great, what are they calling it now? What are they calling it? I can't remember. But I don't think it's that. I don't think it's a big consciousness thing that's happening. I think people that are getting older get closer to death somehow, and if you're aware of it, get closer to death, but not afraid of death. Like when I was younger, I used to be scared of death. I used to be like, oh my God, you died, then that's it. Oh my God. Now it's like, I can't wait. And it's no rush, but I can't wait. You know what I mean? I'm not that far away. I've got 15 years left, probably. If anything more than 15 years, it's a bonus. But I won't live past 68. But I think what happens is your body is starting to leave your soul. Whatever was put into this meat sack with eyeballs when we were a little tiny fetus, not barely a heartbeat, but when the heart starts beating and the brain starts waving, we are injected into that fetus. Whatever light being I think we are. I think we're a light being of something. I think we are a species of everything. That's why it says in the Bible, God created man in his own image. Think about that. I always do. And my thought to me is, well, we are God. We can create anything we want in our mind, but does it create in our reality. And what does that mean? The universe is always listening if you're talking to it. So I'm going to tell you to do what I've been doing, and it's been working wonderfully. Imagine yourself getting what you want and imagining every step along the way. And I'm not going to get into the law of attraction, look it up, but do that to get what you want, because it does work. It does. And however farther away you made yourself from that goal, that's how long it might take for that goal to happen. So if you've been a certain way for 10 years and you've closed all the doors to the universe, burned all those bridges, let's say, it could take a good year instead of weeks to create what you want. So don't give up. A lot of people give up. As soon as the grass starts to cut through the ground and start coming out, people give up and it goes right back under. We also talked about Lou Elizondo a little bit. We talked about the go fast and focal points and hyperfocal points and all that stuff. Hope you learned a little bit out of that. And of course, we went through some UFO videos, had a few laughs along the way. It was a good Monday. It's a good Monday. I'm proud of it. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to try to make a video just about every day, but I think every other day is probably what's going to happen, because I have to do stuff for Third Phase UFO reports. So I'm making that now. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, there will be morning videos, and the other off days, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, there will be Third Phase UFO reports. So, except for maybe tonight. I'm making a Third Phase UFO report as well. But we'll be back on schedule. Don't worry about it. We are on schedule. We're constantly working. Always working. Always looking for stories. Always looking for ways to dazzle you, to make the conversation interesting. If you have any thoughts like that and you want me to talk about something, email me at goofonradio@gmail.com. I want to thank my moderators and super chatters for an awesome night. Thank you for keeping everything on the level. And super chatters, super stickers, PayPalers. I don't even know if I got any PayPal tonight. Didn't hear the bell go off. But you can help support GoofOn that way. PayPal, Cash App. Yeah, there it is. From Hungry Dragon. Again, yeah, thank you. Hungry Dragon says he's not from here. That I know. Thank you for that $5 support, Hungry Dragon. And my moderator, I already said that. Thank you. And the newcomers and veteran, thank you very much for giving the show a couple of minutes of your time. I appreciate it. And don't forget, if you like the show, come back, subscribe, thumbs up, share it. You got to thumbs up the show. We got to get to 200. The activity is what the algorithm likes. Comment in the comment section and thumbs up and share it. I'm Rich Giordano for GoofOn. We'll be back tomorrow night, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. And I can't find my thing. I found my thing. Ma! Truthology for ufology. That's GoofOn. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.